Welcome into another episode of the Battleground Podcast. Let's go ahead and bring my tag team partner in Eli. Well, I don't know where Eli went. I don't know. What are we doing?
Hello.
People that are watching this or listening to this right now have no idea what just happened, but it pays to subscribe to the YouTube channel, by the way. So youtube.com/Battleground Podcast. You can also follow us on the gram. I sound so like cool when I say the gram.
Let's speak hip.
I know. That's what happens when you do a top 40 radio station.
Oh, I do have to show this.
What
Due
is
to
it?
my weight loss.
Look at that. Look at that. Way to go.
I can wear my scanner shirt again.
There you go. But yeah, so if you want to follow us on Instagram, we are there at Battleground Podcast. Twitter, we are on there, Battleground IHR. And we'll push our merch as soon as we bring our guest on, because our guest is on the same merch website. Let's bring him in. O'Shea Edwards. You want to do the chant, Eli?
O'Shea, 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 O'Shea.
Oh my God.
Sorry, that was no warm up or anything.
O'Shea Edwards, Ring of Honor superstar, is on the show with us. O'Shea, how are you doing tonight, man?
I'm good, man. I'm doing real good, man. How about yourself?
I can't complain, but then again, if we did, nobody would listen, so it doesn't matter, you know. So nobody's
listening, dog.
I know, that's the thing. Nobody cares. If I complain, it's just like, you're just an internet wrestling guy that does a podcast that complains about stuff, so nobody cares. So let's kind of just jump right in it. Shane Taylor Productions or Promotions has been on a tear for the last 12 months or so. You're a part of that, which is an amazing thing. We had Shane Taylor on. He had high praise for you last time we were on the show. And what are some of the goals for the rest of 2021 for STP in Ring of Honor?
Man, we want everything. We want everything that they said we couldn't have. We want everything that they have, and then we want interest. You know, like we have the 6-man titles, and that's great, man. You know, I really. You know, we really want to get to a point to where we can solidify those things, man. But we're really getting tired of always getting put on the back burner. You know, we're more than just you know, and many more on a card. You know, and we'll stake that claim against anybody. We'll put that up against anybody. You know, titles are great. Titles are awesome. You know, he who has the gold makes the rules. But at the same time, man, you know, it's a dogfight. Everything we do was a dogfight because we got to survive. But after a while, man, survivor's not good enough. So we're trying to thrive within like the chaos that is Ring of Honor. And while they can manufacture all the groups that they want to, you know, when you step into the ring with the 3 of us, the 2 of us, the 4 of us, or even 1 of us, man, it's just like, no, we come hard, we come heavy. We're going to come at you because like there's no faults in our game. You know what I'm saying? There's no cracks in our foundation, if you will. And so really, what we plan to do is honestly whatever the hell we want to do, you know. Shane's the visionary. You know, he has a vision, he sets it out, man, and we execute flawlessly every.
Yeah, the thing that strikes me about STP is it's definitely, if you're using the, you know, basketball or football analogy, definitely you play to win. You're not playing to not lose. You know what I mean? And you know, very methodical with that. But I mean that seems to be the philosophy. Speaking of Ring of Honor matches and whatnot, you recently lost a hard-fought match against Chris Dickinson. We just had him on about a month ago. He sung your praises. How do you bounce back from a hard-fought matchup like that where, you know, on paper you guys are kind of like evenly matched?
You got to come back and you do it again. You have to come back and you got to do it again. You even in a loss, man, there's still lessons to be learned, you know. I realized, you know, okay, cool. Everything's film study, you know, we lick our wounds, you know, we talk about it, you know, if we got to get in our feelings a little bit, we get in our feelings a little bit, but, you know, the sun comes up tomorrow. And so when the sun comes up, all right, cool. That's what happened then, and it's done. You can't change it now. So now we break it down. We look at the tape, we dissect it almost like the millisecond. Hey man, this is where we went wrong. This is what we did here. So then we go back and, you know, it's one thing to criticize, but it's another thing to criticize and this is how we fix it. Okay, ABC didn't work out. Okay, this is how we fix it. This is how we do this, so if we come across this again, like, we know what to do. It's all about the readjust. It's all about the adjustment. Basketball games aren't won in the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? Like, take the Bucks. They were down 2-0, come back and sweep 4 games in a row because of the adjustment. Everything we do is about the adjustment. So even in defeat, like, we still learn from it. We still grow from it. I always say, like, even if I lose, I still win, because now I know what I need to do to beat you. I know I've seen your trick, and now you're going to need a new trick, and then you're going to need another trick after that, because please believe, when I come back and see you, I got more tricks. And honestly, coming after somebody again after a loss, I kind of feel like puts it in my favor, just because now it's like, I know what you can do.
Yeah.
I've seen you when you're on top, and you haven't seen me at my best now. So now we get to do it again. Who has the better advantage? I like to think I do.
Oh, for sure. And we have this kind of running streak on the show that everybody that's been on our show has gone on to win the titles. For example, we had Chris Dickinson on. Days later, wins the tag team titles. Ironically, O'Shea's on our show, and there's I'm looking at the thing. There's ROH World TV Championship. I know Dragon Lee just won it, but I'm pretty sure that would look very nice around O'Shea's waist and not Dragon Lee's waist. So, I mean, is that kind of a thing? Is that a title that you'd like to go after in Ring of Honor, or is there something else you have your eyes set on?
There was something I've been wanting for a while. Just because I know the names attached to it. I know where it's been. I know who's held it. And some of those guys I've had the privilege of being in the ring with, and I want it.
Right.
Just because it was one thing. Like, I tell people, Tom, like, I can cuss, right? I'm not
Yeah,
like,
you're good.
Right, cool. Like, last year, I talked a lot of shit. I talked a lot of shit, and I got to back all that shit up. You know what I'm saying? So it was one thing to talk all this shit about, hey, Ring of Honor, what you waiting for? And then they give me opportunity, and then I kill it. They let me go again, and I kill it, and I kill it. I realized quick that Ring of Honor expected me to kill it. Like, nah, man, you're here because we expect you to kill it. We don't expect you to do anything less, but go out there and kill it every single time.
Yeah.
Because the minute that I don't deliver, they're like, see, I told you he wasn't ready.
Yeah.
I told you this wasn't for him. Like,
and it's that chip on your shoulder too.
I have to every time, and so it was one thing for me to say, like, I want to be here. It's something else to say I belong here. And once I got a chance to, in my mind, at least anyway, solidify myself, like, yo, I belong here. Now it's like, okay, cool. What's that next step? And for me, it's always been the TV title. It's always been the TV title, because I know what that title means. And I've seen some of the people who've held it and where they have gone after it. And I'm like, yo, this is the step. This is the most logical step. And yo, I'm in my 30s, man. I ain't afraid of nobody. Mm-hmm. I'm not afraid of anybody. So people say, oh, well, he's this and he's that. So he bleeds red just like me. Mm-hmm. And he can get, all I need is 3 seconds. All I need is 3 seconds.
That's it. Right.
That's it. That's all I need is 3 seconds, man. And for me, I'm just like, yo, I guess for me, it's always been like, yo, why not? Because I don't have like that name recognition, because like so-and-so behind the keyboard doesn't know me, because, it's whatever. I'm like, yo, why not? You watch Tony Deppen shock the world and do it. Yo, why not?
Yeah, Tony Deppen just had it. Absolutely.
Right. And then took it all over the indies. All over the indies, man. So for me, I'm like, this isn't me trying like just to, he's just trying to rock the boat. No, man, I'm trying to tip the boat over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put everybody in the same position that I'm in, where we are fighting for our lives. And when that bell rings, man, I tell people all the time, when you're in the ring with me, yo, win, lose, or draw, you are never walking out the same way. You're just not. You're going to learn something about yourself, because I'm going to break something in you that sometimes, man, yo, there ain't enough bandages in the world it's going to fix.
Right.
You're not going to be the same cat, because for me, I'm coming for your will to fight.
Yeah.
I'm coming for you. Because if I take your will to fight from you, and
you ain't got nothing.
And bro, I'm trying to do this before the bell even rings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking this man's will. I'm gonna take this man's will to fight from him. And I see Dragon Lee, and I'm like, yo, Dragon Lee is that dude's TV champ for a reason. But I'm like, and like,
not for much longer.
Not for much longer, dog, because I'm coming for you. And I want every time he looks over his shoulder, and everybody on that list, I want them to look over their shoulder, and I want them to realize that I am not only like breathing down their neck, but like I am staring them dead in the eye at the same time. Like, I'm coming for you. I want you to know that I'm coming for you. You can't stop me. This is happening. Just go ahead and embrace the inevitable.
O'Shea taking us to church right now with that speech right now. I'm just sitting here like goosebumps right now. I mean, give the guy a microphone and give him 10 minutes every week on ROH TV and just let Shane just go.
I mean, I've heard of people like psyching out their opponent and getting in their head, but like taking away their will to fight. Like, God dang, that's like some Old Testament shit right there.
Right.
Yo, I'm a Old Testament type dude, man. I grew up Southern Baptist.
Same here.
Fire and brimstone. I'm a fire and brimstone type cat, man. I'm like, yo, I'm bringing hell with me, and the only reason I'm bringing hell with me is
dropping everything right now.
Yeah, geez,
So let's kind of talk about this, because I mean, for some of those that aren't aware, give a kind of like a little insight into Dojo of Honor and kind of tell us a little bit about your experience training there.
Sure, man. Yo, it's everybody, you know, they've seen like, you know, training camp in the NFL, right? I had the pleasure of actually being there. I wasn't there for long, but I had the pleasure of being there, you know what I'm saying? And you realize quick that everybody that you're standing next to, even though everybody may not know their name, that dude's here for a reason. You know, this dude does something that this place sees, and that's why he's here. You know what I'm saying? And he's fighting for a job just like you. The dojo, man, is a grind. It will grind you up and it will spit you out, and it doesn't care. Because the minute that you decide that you don't want to be here no more, cool, bye. They're like, no one's like, this isn't a hostage situation. You can leave.
Yeah.
Because when you leave, you know, there's like 5 more cats who are just waiting to get in here.
Oh, for sure.
If this is what you want to do, like, that's cool. Thanks for your time. But like, bye.
Right.
We got somebody else. Yo, I watched so many cats come in and just leave.
And that's what we heard when we had Tracy Williams on. He talked about training in the dojo, and he's like, you walk through there and there's so much history on the walls, and belts are sitting there and photos are sitting there. And he's like, it will eat you up and spit you out. And if you think you come in there and you are like, I'm going to be a wrestler, I can do this, you're not going to leave the dojo the same.
Yeah.
No, you can't. No. And one thing people don't understand too, this isn't like, this is grad school.
Yeah.
Everybody walked to that door already knows how to wrestle. They say, oh, well, let me teach you how to take a bump. Nah, brother, you here because you already know that. So now this is the accelerator course. This is how you get your PhD. You know what I'm saying? And anybody can walk through that door. Tracy Woods walks through that door. Gresham walks through that door. Jay Lethal walks in that door. You know what I'm saying? Joe Hendry walks in that door.
Yeah.
Hey, and these cats can go. And they want to, and here I am, like 6'3", 270. Like, what am I doing right now? Why am I trying to do a backflip?
Yeah.
Like, why am I trying to kip up right now? Yeah. But guess what I'm doing? I'm sitting there. I'm doing backflip for some god awful reason. I'm sitting there kipping up for some god awful reason. Coming home like, why is my back on fire? Oh yeah, that's right, because I'm an idiot. That's why. You know
I did 1,000 backflips today.
Yeah, I did 1,000 backflips. Yo, the dojo in a sense, man, is a pressure cooker. It's a pressure cooker. You were underneath some of the most scrutiny, under some of the most intense eyes that are picking apart everything that you do. Even when you aren't doing anything, they're still looking at you. Everything you say, they're picking apart. If you step wrong, they're not even going to tell you, but they know. It's like, he's not ready. He's not ready. There's so many cats in that dojo who have yet to make TV because they're like, yo, he ain't ready. He ain't ready. He ain't ready. Ring of Honor is, I tell people, I was like, yo, people's like, oh, Ring of Honor is this. Ring of, like, yo, man, look, to me, Ring of Honor is the show. That's the show, man. It is. And I don't need any help to look stupid. I can do a good job of that all by myself. So when they gave me the nod of, hey, man, you're up. It was, like I said, all right, cool. It's
go time.
It's go time. This is what I've been waiting for. This is what I've been working for. This is the reason why I quit my job and I sold my house in Atlanta and I moved up here for. This is it.
Man.
There is no, I got to get ready. Man, the minute I sold my house and signed the paperwork, man, I was ready. I had to be ready. And then the whole 2 years I was up here doing it, ready, just stay ready, just stay ready, just stay ready. Because it's going to come a time to be like, Shay, you're up.
And you got to be ready to go once they call your name.
And it's, to me, you just got to be ready to go, man.
And that's the thing, is like, we've been to several ROH shows, and it's like, you can see the amount of hustle in every single match. There's not like just somebody's like, and it could be the champion or whatever. There's nobody that's just kind of like, we're just going to take off the accelerator. I mean, hell, PCO, when we saw him the night that we talked about you were being an extra that night, the night before, busted his head open and had the huge gash stapled, and he still did a swanton off the top rope onto the table. And I was like, bro.
Yeah. As soon as he did it, they were like, yo, when the dojo got taken to the hospital. And I was like, yo, I'm from Atlanta. I know where I'm going. I can take him. He's like, no, we need you to stay because we got some other stuff for you. You two jamokes, y'all take them. I was like, okay, like, sure, yeah, and whatever. Like, and then showed up like in Nashville, like, yo, let's go. And I'm like, this dude's an animal.
Yeah,
exactly. And I was like, how in the hell is he doing it? Literally, that is why he is PCO is not human. And like, you see everybody, yourself included, Shane, everybody is always 110%. No matter what it is always go time.
Because it's got to be, man. Understand, like, yo, this is a business, and we are fighting for like our careers. We're fighting for like our livelihoods, and you realize the type of product that we're competing against. We're not competing against, like, you know, Uncle Joe's backyard, you know, federation off a trampoline. No, man, we're up against like the AEWs, the WWEs, the Impacts, the MLWs. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to swing for the fences every single time. Like, I use a lot of sports analogies, like, as you can tell, I'm a big sports guy. But I'm like, yo, this is the time where like a single ain't gonna win the game. Yo, I gotta clear the bases. And so every time we come out there, man, I'm like, yo, hang one over the middle. I'm gonna deposit this thing in the grandstands. I have to. Yeah. Because if I don't, yo, you know, I gotta win. Like, I have to win.
Yeah,
so,
and your name's on the line.
That type of pressure, my name's on the line. But that type of pressure, man, like when it's clutch, yo, I love being that guy. Like, I love being that guy. Like, shoot or shoot, man. You know, shoot or shoot. And I'm trying to be that guy. I'm trying to be that guy when they need something and they don't know what they need. They always come to me because I'm gonna give them what they need, even when they don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's probably the best train of thought to have, really. So we actually got to hang out with a mutual friend over the weekend, Mr. Stephen McCash, and he provided me.
The face says it all. When you say that, the face says it all.
He provided us a couple questions. So okay,
love Steve, man.
Yeah. So first question is, he wants to know if you can explain the concept of the show 10 Count and describe your experience you had on the show.
I have PTSD. I already had PTSD. Like, it triggered it because of 10 Count.
Oh, geez.
So 10 Count was our wrestling take on hot wings, which is an interview segment with celebrities, and they eat like hot wings of various degrees of sauces that really, I don't know how they're even like humanly consumable. Like,
yeah,
I don't.
Or legal.
It tastes like it tastes like battery acid. I'm like, this is like, who eats this? And then try to answer questions that Steve has picked out. The whole time I'm looking, I'm like, Steve, man, fuck you, man. Fuck you, Steve. We're supposed to be friends. Like, I question our friendship. Yeah. Like, brother, like, why would you do this to me?
Yeah.
We're supposed to be friends. Friends don't do this, man.
Did I wrong you somehow? What is this?
Yeah, but do I owe you money? And like, I don't know. Like,
something happened in a past life that I didn't know about?
Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'll pay you right now if you right. Honestly though, it was during it was 2019. It was during the Phoenix City Invitational, man. That's my second. It's actually the biggest tournament that I got a chance to be a part of. And I loved every minute. I was so excited to be a part of that. And so night one, you know, night two, I'm sorry. Because there's no way I was gonna be able to wrestle the next day after, you know, after that. because it was, I ain't gonna lie, I told somebody before, it was like, yo, it was a race with the devil. It was a race with the devil. Like a few hours later, and the devil had a head start, and I was like, oh boy, here we go. It was a fun time. Some of those sauces are really good. Like some of them I actually bought because they were like, one was like a blueberry pineapple habanero.
What?
I don't
Sounds
do spicy,
very
but
interesting.
It was really good. Like,
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
it was sweet, and then like, but you got like the heat, but it wasn't like bad. I was like, yo, I could do this.
Yeah.
You know, just give me like a bowl of some nachos.
See, the
Oh, man, I'm
habaneros,
good, man. Like I could chunk
the
on this.
habanero's tricky because you'll go one place and it's just kind of sweet. You're like, oh, that's not bad. And then the next place, your whole face is on fire.
Right. But this one with the blueberry and the pineapple, man, it really balanced out like really well. And then you get like to the bomb, which really, that's military grade plutonium, man. Like
That's that one that
something.
you're gonna regret when you have to go to the bathroom later.
Mm-hmm.
You remember as kids, or maybe it's just me, we used to take a D battery
And lick
put
it
on your tongue.
Yep.
Every time.
That's what it tastes like. And lick it, yeah, that's what it tastes like.
It brings back bad memories for me.
That's what it tastes like. It's god awful. There's no redeeming there's no redeeming quality about that thing, like whatsoever. Like I want to throw it. I was so angry I want to throw it.
I hate wings where it's like that, where it's almost fighting you to get down. Like, bro, I don't need to fight my food. I'm hungry. I just want to eat, you know?
Bro, I'm already paying you. Like,
Yeah.
I've already paid you. Why are we doing this?
Why are you assaulting me? I want to give you my money. Like, yeah.
Why are you assaulting me? I just want to give you my money.
I mean, that's it. That's all we're doing. Let's see. What's
the next
Steven? What's next, Steven question? Okay. This one's kind of a heartwarming story. So you had a pretty emotional match at the for those that don't know, Southern Underground Pro. We've talked about them tons on the show, but the family reunion show in New Jersey. Can you tell us the story of that event and why it's so important to your life and career? Remember, this is from Steven. This is from Steven.
I know where Steven's going with this. I'm gonna call him later. Hey man, why you being a jackass on the show, man? You son of a bitch, man. Why are you making me get emotional in front of these people? Man, I don't know these people. Why are you making me emotional in front of these people? So Southern Underground Pro is real important. It's been a real like integral part of my career. It was one of the places where, man, I came up there, wasn't really looking for a spot. I just came in just to kind of help out. And I had my stuff. And, you know, what people don't understand is like, yo, I was in constant contact with Southern Underground Pro for like a year up to that point. I was really one-sided, but like for a year, I was just giving stuff, like here. And I show up and, you know, I kind of show out and, you know, I kind of become an integral part of that place. And it kind of let me just kind of become who I want to be. It was great. And they say, hey, we're going to put you in the family union match in Jersey. I'm originally from New York, but I was raised in Atlanta with my mom. My dad still lives in New York. My dad is a big, like, he's the reason why I got into wrestling anyway. At this point in time, I've been wrestling, I think maybe 3-4 years, 5 years at that time. And he's never seen me wrestle at all. Never seen me. He sees all the pictures, he's all the videos, but he's never seen me wrestle like live. And he showed up. He didn't tell me. He just showed up. He front row. Like I still remember who he was. He's in like hard cam. I think it was we're like 12. He was like on that corner. So I saw him and I was just like, it threw me off. I was like, Dad? It was wild. And so this is the first time I did my moonsault, you know. And I have like a 5-second video of me doing the moonsault. And at the corner, my dad pops to see me hit a moonsault. He loses his mind. Like he's grabbing someone else as he's seeing his oldest son do a moonsault. So like the match happens, whatever, and you know, yeah. And I'm walking back, and he pulls me in, gives me like a real big hug, and he goes, "I am so proud of you, brother." Like I said, I'm in my 30s. I'm like, Dad, why would you say this? I'm in front of my friends. I'm at work.
And you're trying to keep it cool. You're not trying not to cry in front of everybody.
Cool, I'm trying
to keep that persona going.
Right, man. Yeah, I'm trying to keep it cool. But I'm breaking because honestly, it was the first time my dad ever said like, "Hey, man, like I'm really proud of you."
Mm-hmm.
So I get backstage, and one of my best friends, even though people think we hate each other, we have a begrudging rivalry. Brett Ison is backstage. And he grabs me and he pulls me like to the side, like the dark corner. And he just gives like the biggest hug. And he goes, "Hey man, He goes, everybody else doesn't get to see this, because he knew I was holding on. Like I was like from a thread, like I was barely in it. He goes, hey man, they don't get to see this. And he goes, stay right here. He goes, just let it out. And I just fucking boo-hoo, like just floodgates. I just broke down, like broke down in front of my best friend, man. And he just held me. He just let me have it. And like to the day I die, like I'll remember that moment forever. You know, wrestling is, we build moments and we tell these stories, man. But every so often, man, you get a moment just for yourself. Like, and that's mine. Yeah. Like that my dad getting to see me wrestle for the first time. My dad getting me see the moonsault for the first and literally the last time that I've done it. He hung out with me that whole weekend, and all he can do was just like, yo, this was so cool. This was so cool. And like, my dad's my Superman. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, he played college ball. He played in the NFL. You know, I want to be just like my dad, but wrestling was for me. Wrestling was something that I was good at. This was my way of, I branched out and I found my own way. I found my own path. This is the one thing that I am just undoubtedly good at.
For sure.
And I'm continuing to get better for it. And my dad, right. And my dad he got to see it at that point at one of the biggest stages that I've ever been on.
And that's got to be validating too.
That moment just for me.
Yeah, you know.
Oh yeah, man, big time. But here's the thing: even if he wasn't there, I still would have showed out. I still would have did. There's nothing of that match I would have changed.
Right.
It was the fact that he was there. It just made it just like that much sweeter. Yeah. You know. And yeah, man, like that moment, like I cherish that. Like I cherish that forever.
Well, man, pretty good story.
Do we just end it there, because it's very hard to follow up with that now, because you're like, what if the next question sucks? You know?
Yeah. Well, I'll steer the boat back. This one's more of a fluffer. The last Steven question, he wants to know, on show days, what songs or artists are you listening to get your head in the right space for combat?
Okay.
Katy Perry, Teenage Dream.
Almost. Bittersweet Symphony by the Verve. No, it's not that.
Yes.
Not that at all.
Oasis Wonderwall. That's what he's getting down to right before he goes out.
Yeah, Paranoid Android, the whole album.
Yeah,
there you go. There you go.
Album. Yeah. Actually, it's a handful of songs I kind of keep on repeat, man. It's if I'm in Nashville, it's Many Men. Like Many Men by 50 Cent. Public service announcement by Jay-Z. Stick Talk by Future. And just because I'm a Southern kid at heart, man, yo, B.I.B.I. by Little John comes on, yo, I'm ready to knock somebody the fuck.
Dude, I would play that. I used to DJ at a skate center, and if I got bored and I wanted kids to fight and I knew, I would play Bia, What You Gonna Do, or Knock If You Buck. And bro, like, fight automatically. So then I got to jump out of the DJ booth and just like
automatically.
And I would make sure that I would play it around, like, because at the time I was old enough that I was like 17.
Bring it up.
So it was okay. It wasn't like I was a grown ass.
You're the one who did it.
Right. And it wasn't like I was a grown ass adult hitting kids. It was like when I was 16 or 17. So if there was a kid I hated and I was like, all right, crime mob. And then I'd be like, I would literally get a fight started.
Just elbowing kids.
I'd be like, bro, he was talking mad stuff to your girl last night at the skate center trying to holler at you while you weren't here. I was like, he said he's going to fight you tonight. And then I'd hit Knock If You Buck or Bia. Whoosh, he'd go skating over there. And I'd be like, it's go time. Time to drop elbows on somebody. Now I feel like a jerk, but great stuff at the skate center.
It happens.
So kind of still staying on this, the kind of going to your training and whatnot. Our friends from the Turnbuckle podcast want to know, learning a wealth of knowledge from a Hall of Famer like Robert Gibson has to have been such a huge asset to you. What's the most important things that he's imparted to you?
Slow down. And if you think you're going slow down some more. It was never about the move, man. It's all about the in between. Everything's about, because if you do a cool move and you immediately go to the other one, cool. But what really happened? So if I'm gonna do something devastating, I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna let the commentary get it over for me. You know what I'm saying? And then depending on the alignment, man, I'm going to soak it in. I did something cool, like, cheer me, boo me, whatever. I take my time, let that guy sell. Let him, he's putting me over as much as I'm about to put him over right now.
For sure.
And really, it was just like maintain my size. When I first started, I figured I had to run with everybody else. And everybody's like, Robert's like, yo, what the hell are you running for? You're the biggest dude in the room. What are you running for? Make them work up to you. Stop working down to them. I talk to Robert once every, a few times a month to kind of check in and all that good stuff. And he's always like, well, you're not embarrassing me yet. I'm like, all right, cool. Check. Like,
there you go.
Got that going for me. Great. Haven't embarrassed Hoot yet. Yeah. There we go. Sweet. And he goes, anytime I come by Atlanta, I can always swing by and roll around and do whatever, man. But like, there's so many these small things that like I just never really thought about, because even when I thought I knew how to wrestle, Robert was like, okay, you may know how to wrestle, but let me show you how to wrestle for TV.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you want to do, right? You want to be on TV. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this for my health, obviously. He's like, he goes, great. Then I'm going to teach you how to wrestle for TV. This is how we do this. This is why we do this. This is this. This is this. This is this. And then when I go up and I do the Ring of Honor tryout, it's just like, yo, who the hell is this kid? And how does he know this already? I'm like, well, Robert's been teaching me this for months. Right. He's been hammering in my head for months. So like, for me, getting a chance to work with somebody of that caliber, you'll never learn it all. You'll never learn it all. But man, anytime Robert spoke, man, it was one of the few times where I tell people, like, yo, when Robert speaks, yo, shut the fuck up. Like, Robert's speaking. And if Robert speaks, he's got something to say.
For sure.
Right. Well, I know, especially in the, when you're talking about rosters and whatever, Ring of Honor has always been kind of this crossroads of the emerging talent, and then sometimes, well-known veterans are in there and everything. And it's been a really good melting pot. And they don't really take the, we'll call it the WWE route, where they'll bring in Goldberg at 55 and put the strap on him. Like, they're not doing that. It's a good mix. So with that kind of idea in mind, who are some of the indie wrestlers right now catching your eye?
Oh man. There's a handful. There's a handful. Alex Kane. And I got a chance to wrestle that kid once before in for Action in Tyrone, Georgia. Like, MLW's got a good one with him, like real good. That kid's that's a blue chip right there, man. I mean, that's a 5-star recruit right there, man. But there's a lot of guys down, at least down south, and even up here, that I really don't think they get the shine that like they deserve. AC Mack doesn't get the shine that he deserves.
He's an awesome heel, man.
He's awesome heel. David Ali, I think, is right there up there with him. Coming up north, I think PB Smooth is one of the best big men that's ever been coming around. I think he deserves a lot more shine, that he's getting. And then like, you got guys in the dojo who don't really get seen that much, but like guys like Ken Dixon, Eric Martin, Dante Calabero, Joe Keys, these guys have been in the dojo longer than I have. You know what I'm saying? They just need, and some of them get an opportunity to shine. Some of them just waiting for that spot.
Yeah,
man. But like, you want to talk about cats who can go? I tell everybody before, like, you may not know who these guys in this dojo is, but yo, that's a murderer's row of talent. And just because they don't have like a Twitter presence that most people like, want people to have, I'm like, yo, step in the ring for them. Bet money that like Eric Martin deposits your head into the second row.
Yeah,
Joe Keys doesn't tie you up. Like, go ahead, like I'll bet my next paycheck on it. For me though, like I said, I'm a hustler, I'm a grinder. So like, I'm always going to go out and get mine. I'm never going to wait for somebody like to give it to me, just because I'm just like, yo, I can always be doing more. I can always be getting more. Like, I want to fight everybody. I want to wrestle the best. I have my own little hit list of people that I want to wrestle just because I just want to wrestle them.
Right.
And that list is slowly getting like shorter. Like, in the past 6 months, that list has been getting super short, and names that I didn't even think were going to be on it are on it. And I was like, oh, we're going to wrestle?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, we're going to wrestle. And so more and more, man, I'm like, I'm going to wrestle this guy next. I'm going to wrestle this guy next. And I'm on my way. I'm trying to figure out, okay, how do I make this happen?
You know, and speaking of your hit list, who is on that hit list that you haven't scratched off? And is there a current free agent by the name of Bryan Danielson that could possibly be on this list?
If he wants to, that's fine. I don't care. Like, I'm like, brother, like what? Like what? I don't care. On like off the top of my head, it's Josh Alexander's on the top list. That one. Chris Bay is on the top of that list. Sam Beal is on that list. And then there's Ethan Page is on that list. Powerhouse. I mean, like I said, a lot of these are just dream matches. We'll see what happens. Like Powerhouse Hobbs is on that list.
That would be a freaking match. Jeez.
Yeah, Brian Cage is on that list. Lance Archer's on that list. I want all of the Samoans. I want every single one of them. Like I said it on Twitter, and it kind of got washed away. But I'll say it again. Like, yo, you boys ain't shit. I'll kick every single one of your asses. I don't give a fuck who you are. Like, I don't care where you come from. Like, come find me. I ain't hard man to find you. I live out in Maryland. Like, come on, let's go. I'll fight you all. I'll come to you. I don't care. Fuck your dynasty. I got 3 brothers and we ready to go. Fuck your dynasty, man.
Mic drop. Just that's the end of the podcast, fuck everybody. Thanks for being here.
Even brother, even the Han dynasty had to die out sometime. You know what I'm saying? I have no problems accelerating the process. I don't give a shit. Like Solomon, all of them. Like, come on, boys, let's go. Like, let's go. Y'all, hey, come on. I'll fight you, your brother, your cousin, your sister, your nephew. I don't care. Like, I want to. You say you're the best. I'm like, yo, let's find out.
Yeah,
I will buy a ticket to that front row when this happens.
Come on.
Yeah, no joke. Jeez.
Yeah, like I said, man, I said O'Shea versus. I had hashtag said O'Shea versus the Dynasty. I'm like, if you know, you know.
Yeah. Well, it was AJ Gray. He just fought Jacob, right? Jacob Fatu, not too long ago, and Jacob's tearing it up in MLW. Man, he's.
Oh yeah, yeah. That second rope moonsault's mean, brother.
Yeah.
that second rope moonsault's real mean.
He's one of those. I think he might benefit more from staying out of the kind of the WWE bubble and kind of going his own way. I think a lot of people are just like, bring him in with the Usos and like, that it's custom made for that. I get it, but I mean, the path he's on right now is just incredible.
His own path.
That's it, man. That's all it is. Really, it's just us, everybody forging their own path. Everybody's journey is not going to be the same, and that's cool, man. I am more than okay with that, But like, while I still have the opportunity to kind of like, I call it like, punch my own ticket or call my own shot. Like, yo, shoot or shoot. So, yo, this is who I want to wrestle. If I get it, awesome. Like I said, there's a few matches I've gotten that like I wasn't expecting to get, and I got them. Like, and I think, was it maybe early in the year? Yo, me and EC3 tore it up for like 15 minutes. No one's like, I've yet to see that tape. I was like, yo, you want to see EC3? Yeah.
Is this gonna be like one of these hidden tapes that we find out later in an ROH show?
It's gonna be one of those hidden gems. I gotta call those boys like, hey, can I get that tape?
Yeah.
I was supposed to wrestle Hammerstone last weekend, but some travel things, man, just didn't work out. So we're kicking that can down the road. But even still, man, like, everybody says they're the best until it's time like to put it up. I don't claim to be the best, but I know I'm the best at what I do. No one does it like me. No one talks like me. No one looks like me. Nobody's stronger than me. No one's faster than me. It's like, no, man, everything you think you can do, I can do it too. I don't have to jump high. Brother, I bench press 450. I'll just throw you.
Yep.
Everyone can fly when you're getting thrown,
Yep.
And then even still, like, if you don't think you're going to get thrown, well,
let me show you
sorry,
real quick.
but you're gonna.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get that airplane ticket because you're about to fly, bro.
Right, like, people thought like Calvin Tankman couldn't get tossed. I tossed him. Like, nah, brother. Like, it ain't like, no disrespect, bro. But if you tell me I can't do something, well, I guess I gotta go do it now.
Yeah. Got to stretch and throw you out of the ring, I guess. So. Well, we'll
brother, I gotta stretch. I do that cold.
Yeah, just do it. Just be done with it, right? Where can people keep up with you online? Are you more active on Twitter or Instagram or anything? Like, what are some of your socials that people can keep up with?
most of my engagement comes off of Twitter. And it's Big Bad Kaiju, all one word on Twitter. Trust me, you can't miss it, folks.
Yeah.
I'm more engagement. I do a lot of my social media engagement there. You know, I have a Facebook because it's whatever. But I barely pay attention to it. I just, kind of share posters there.
Yeah.
You know, it's whatever. I always say like Facebook's like talking to your mom and all your mom's friends.
Yeah.
It's like whatever. It's like,
Or the people you went to high school with that you're not friends with anymore.
I don't even talk to them anymore. It's just like, what do I care about you guys? Whatever. I live in Maryland. You guys still live in Georgia. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just driving up here for this. So, but and then on Instagram is Big Bad Kaiju, just a period after every word. Like I said, that's more of just me just throwing up thirst traps and stuff. Trying to sell these headphones. And then but Twitter is usually the best place. If you want to talk to me. Like Twitter's gonna be the best place to do that.
Nice.
There it is. And of course, we have this running thing on the show that anybody that comes on goes on to win gold. And well, I mean, the track record proves itself. We had Kofi on, but he had to go against Bobby. That doesn't count because his back was against the wall. So that doesn't count.
Don't count.
But I mean, you look at everybody else. Chris Dickinson was on. He went on to win tag team titles. Lance Archer was just on. He won the IWGP title.
Mm-hmm.
So
last night.
O'Shea's going to have that TV title.
FTR, we interviewed them like right before they won the tag. And then who else? We had another tag team.
Darby. We had him.
Darby before he
you're
won.
in good company with people coming on this show and winning.
Track record, yeah.
Other than the fact that
at this point, I'm like
just be a recurring guest. We'll make sure it happens.
Yeah.
We don't
at this point in time, man, just go ahead and just write my name on the TV title.
There you go.
Let's go ahead and do it. Yeah. So O'Shea, thank you so much for taking the time out and hanging out with us tonight, and looking forward to having you with that TV title around your waist. And then when Ring of Honor goes back through town and you roll through Nashville, definitely gonna have to bring that title into the studio.
Of course, man. I look forward to it, man. Thanks a lot for having me, man. Real quick, this is still weird. This whole wrestling business is like so weird to me. The fact that like people still want to talk to me about wrestling, like one, it blows my mind. I always thought I was like the only one. And then two, man, it's really humbling. Like I said, dude, I was a fireman before this started. So like the attention is just still kind of like, wait, what is this? So as much as like, you guys are thanking me, like, no, I thank you guys for giving me like the opportunity, give me the stage and the platform to really like, get out there, talk my good shit a little bit, and allowing your fans to see me and me getting a chance to like, meet them. So if anybody needs to be thanking anybody, I should be thanking you guys for this opportunity. And I appreciate you guys immensely.